Yo, man, we back, man. Today, man, we got a good topic, man. We got a good one, man. We're going to hop into the holographic universe, man. This is going to be a good one, running the same fit as yesterday and the day before and the day before that, man. Like I said, man, I've been feeling lucky in these fits, man, so I'm running them. If I'm having a good day, man, if the day's good, I run the same fit. The day's good, I run the same fit, man. One time I ran the same fit for 2 weeks. 2 weeks, man. 2 weeks, one fit, man. It was all good vibes. A little smelly, but good vibes. But yeah, man, today we talk about the holographic universe, man. This is a beautiful topic, man. A beautiful topic, a lot of points, man. I got it written down in my book. But yeah, it's an expansive topic, so this is gonna be a multiple part video. So this is part one, obviously. All right. So the holographic universe, man. What is it? What is it about, man? Let's go. But currently reading a book titled The Holographic Universe by Michael Tauber. So basically what the holographic universe is it's hand in hand with the simulation theory. Basically reality isn't what we know it, man. Basically reality is almost like a video game or something, man. Basically, man, this isn't base reality, man. This is not the base core, the real reality, man. And we subconsciously know that this is not the real true base reality because we all believe and we go to like heaven or somewhere after we leave here. Like if this was base reality, you wouldn't be able to leave. You know what I'm saying? Base reality, we know we go to a higher sensory, more permanent plane after this one. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this isn't base reality. But some of the talking points I got for this topic, man, it's some cool stuff that we're gonna cover in this video. But my first point I got here is in this book it states, and these scientists, they did an experiment called the double slit experiment. The double slit experiment, man. And basically what this experiment observed was that atoms behave differently when they're being observed versus when they're not being observed. Because you got to remember, man, the brain makes reality. The brain makes the reality, man. This is what makes this shit true. This is what makes this stuff solid and give the things its solidity. Because all your five senses go through the brain. You know what I'm saying? What they say in the Matrix? They said something in the Matrix like that. They said something funny like that in the Matrix. They said your five senses are nothing but electrical magnetic signals sent to the brain, translated by the brain. So so basically the brain is just like a console. It's like an Xbox, man. The brain is like an Xbox, man. You and your boy played Grand Theft Auto. If you turn your Xbox off, yeah, the game's still going on, but you can't perceive it. You know what I'm saying? Because you turned your game off, man. So basically the brain is like an Xbox, man. You know what I'm saying? All the five senses, the smell, taste, touch, sight, it's all made real by the brain, man. So if you had no brain, you couldn't experience this physical plane. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing. And back to the atoms with the brain making these things, when the atoms behaving differently when observed. So they observed that the atoms could exist in two different states. So all this stuff isn't word for word. Don't take me word for word, but this is just the gist of it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm no scientist, man. I'm no physicist, man. By the far stretch, I'm no physicist, man. But yeah, what they observed is that basically, these atoms can exist in two forms, man. Either physical atoms like you're looking at right now, or whenever you turn your back, it actually exists in like a wave state, a wave or a vibration, like you think it's a fuzzy vibrational slush. You know what I'm saying? So whenever nobody's looking at something, if there's no one observing something, or nothing observing something, it doesn't exist as we know it, man. Because there's no brain to make it solid. Because this universe is just a vibrational slush. And whenever you observe it, your brain makes it real. You know what I'm saying? Your brain, you know what I'm saying? So if you turn your back, if you're in a house by yourself, man, anything you're not looking at is not physically collapsed, you know what I'm saying, into a physical form. It's a vibrational slush, you know what I'm saying? So I thought that was cool, man. So reality is created by the observer. You Yeah, I feel like I heard that somewhere, man. It came out too smooth, man. Reality is created by the observer. So let me get another. Yeah, here's a good one, man. I got a good one. It's the and there's another way that we see reality isn't as solid as we believe. Is there's reports of people being unconscious, rendered unconscious. You know, maybe accidents, they may went unconscious, or drugs. You know, and they live whole lives, and they live a whole life within a whole another life while they're unconscious. There's big reports of people being unconscious and waking up and like, where's my family? Like, where's my son? Where's little Johnny? You're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Where's little Johnny? You're only 7 years old. What do you mean, little Johnny? You know what I'm saying? So there's people that have reported living whole lives on psychedelic trips and people being rendered unconscious. You know, so that's the kind of a weird thing with this reality, how the brain, it's crazy, man. I don't know how to put my finger on it, man. But the gist of it, man, is the reality is not as solid as we think it is, man. We've been duped, man. They don't tell us. A lot of information is suppressed, man. This is not what we think it is, man. Because they just want us to be slaves and work and run the system and not do nothing. Because like I said in my last video, man is to blossom into a God akin to Christ. We're not supposed to be here, sweeping floors for 30 years. I turn my nose about them guys, man. Yeah, I've been on the job for 37 years, man. Sweeping floors, man. Yeah, I'm about to retire, man. What are you talking about, man? You were sweeping floors all this time? You were sweeping floors since before I was born, gang? Seriously? I mean, we live no lives, man. We think we're here to work our lives away, man. It's not it, gang. This reality is much deeper than you believe. And I had in the past, maybe like 3 years ago, I had eaten psychedelic mushrooms, and I came to realize, because when you take these psychedelics, you don't know shit. You remember shit. It's more of a oh yeah instead of a wow. It's not a wow, it's an oh yeah feeling. Like, oh, you're right, yeah, that is how. Yeah, I'm saying, so you remember shit. And my girl was right beside me, man. We took, a long story short, man, I took too much mushrooms, man. Your boy had a bad trip, man. I was like a baby, man. But it was a beautiful experience. I felt like everybody should have at least one mushroom trip before they leave this physical plane, you know what I'm saying? But I was in mid-trip, she says, it's like we known each other she said a couple things. She said, it's like we known each other for so long. And then when she said that, like, oh, yeah, we've known each other for like 10,000, before we even came to this planet, we knew each other. That's what I realized, it's shit like that, man. And she also said, I don't know if she triggered this memory, but I realized that Earth was just a field trip. And like I said, you don't figure shit out, you remember shit. You're like, oh, true, that's right. So your consciousness is just, because consciousness and reality go hand in hand, man. It's crazy. But I realized that Earth is just a field trip, and I got the vibe, like, when you're in school, you go to school, and you're going on a bus to Gettysburg or something, like, I got the vibe, like, oh, this is just a field, yeah, this is just like a fun little trip, like, you know what I'm saying? It was crazy, you know what I'm saying? But, and also when I was on the mushrooms, man, I can't put my finger on it, man. I'm telling you, man, consciousness and reality, man, it's crazy how they affect each other and stuff. But yeah, I was so gone off these mushrooms that I felt as if I was a particle of dust on a motherboard. I don't know how to explain that one, man, but I was a particle of dust on a motherboard, man. It was it was trippy, man. I felt that infinitely small. You know what I'm saying? But a beautiful experience nonetheless. Man. But yeah, man. I got another experience, man, because so much talking points to these videos. I'm gonna have to make another video, man. But nice little car behind me, man. People be having their shit, man. People be having their way out here, man. Beautiful car. But yeah, when I was a kid, man, one time I remember sitting on the porch, you know what I'm saying, and I look up at the sky, man, and as a kid, you know how as a kid we sensitive, you know, the body's fresh, man, we not been polluted up, so our bodies work, you know what I'm saying, and our senses are more online, you know, the DNA, all that stuff is more so online. We just like kids be seeing ghosts and shit, you know what I'm saying, because we online, and we haven't taken all these the juices, we haven't taken all the juices and stuff from the doctors, and we body's still clean and fresh, you know what I'm saying, but yeah, I remember looking at the sky, and in my mind's eye, I didn't see this physically, but I felt it, and I felt like I seen it with my mind's eye, but I looked up and I realized that this was just like a hologram or something. It was weird. I still remember that. Yeah, I had to be like 7 years old, but I looked up at the sky and I remember like this is like digital, or like this is a game, or this isn't real, or this isn't what we think it is. Some people think this is the end all be all. You know, this is life, but what Bobby Hemmett said, he said when your relatives die, we sitting here crying for them, but they on the other side crying for us because we're the ones that's dead and they're the ones that's alive. You know what I'm saying? We're actually vibrationally dense. We're in a physical plane. You know, it's cold out here. You gotta eat. You gotta poop. You know, you're mad. You're sad. You're hungry. You gotta go to work. You know, in the heaven realm, that's not like that. You're actually free when you leave this planet. But you know, the Egyptians akin this place to when they say death is like freeing a bird from a cage. That's what the Egyptians used to say. You know what I'm saying? Because we're actually trapped here, man. You know, you can't go nowhere. What Bobby Hemmett said, when you out the body, man, we pissing on moons and shitting on stars. And, you know, you go fishing on top of Mount Kilimanjaro every day, man, and just shit on top of the tree, watch the sunset, fly down, go sit in the ocean, go to a different planet. You know, so, we're not free here, but, death is, what they say, Egyptians said, foolish is the long-lived. You know, and death is actually, not what we think it is, man. A lot of people, a lot of cultures celebrate death, man, but, I'm running out of points for the holographic universe. That's gonna be the first part, man. Nothing big. That's gonna be the first part, man. Something slight real quick. That's just a little tip of the iceberg, a little taste of the holographic universe, you know what I'm saying, man. I love y'all, man. Peace, man. We out it. Yeah, I'm at the gym. I'm about to get to these holographic weights, man. Toss these holographic weights up, man. All right. Love y'all, man. Like, comment, subscribe, man.